Oh, hi. I didn't know anyone was there. You're probably wondering what I'm doing in the bushes. Well, this is what I do. I make videos in bushes. Anyway, so check this thing out. This is one of my favorite crazy plants here. This is Philodendron Evansii. This plant was developed like hybridized. I believe it's Philodendron speciosum hybridized with Philodendron psalum. Okay, now Philodendron psalum, that's the real common philodendron you'll see around with deeply cut veins. And it's a very beautiful plant. And it's pretty much like this guy. It doesn't get quite as big as this guy. Speciosum is a more tropical variety with giant solid leaves. So you can see what happened here. We got a little ruffling on the edges, but we lost the deeply cut structure of the foliage. And we have this giant leaf. This is probably the most giant leaf I could think of, except for a few other things, but that I can't think of right now. But anyway, this plant, look, you can use it as an umbrella. You can eat. Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara has a wonderful Halloween celebration for college kids. Lots of drinking, lots of fun, lots of music. And we used to go there and do that thing. And one year I didn't have a costume, so I dressed up as a tropical rainforest. And this is what I used to like cover myself up, right? This is all I wore. Well, I had a pair of board shorts on underneath, but you couldn't tell. Anyway, so you could do that. You could use it as a costume, whatever. But you can see how big this plant gets. I mean, it takes many years. I'm down here at the LMU campus. Beautiful alley of queen palms and wonderful stuff. Nice architecture. My daughter goes to school here. And I've never seen Philodendron Evansii planted in mass in a public garden like this before. It runs all along this building. There's a giant mass here. There's probably, I'd say about 10 big plants that are all multi-trunking. And then there's another mass over there. Let's climb underneath and see what it's like in here. So, get in here. So here's what the plant looks like when it's a little smaller, you know. This is a little baby coming off over here. You can see this piece was cut off, and they will multi-trunk. Here's another baby coming off here. I could probably wedge that off and get a baby if I wanted to. And you can see the trunk. The trunk is really beautiful. These plants are designed to climb up high into the Amazonian rainforest tree canopy, and these are actually climbing ropes. You can see they go all over the place, and they're really strong. You can't pull them apart. At my house in Lafayette, Philodendron psalum, one of the parents of this one, has a rope that crosses our patio right where it meets the house, and we didn't notice it in time, and now it just crosses over there, and it's rooted across on the other side of the patio from where the plant exists. But you can see the pattern on the trunk. It looks like eyeballs, which are really kind of fun and exotic. They look like they're looking at you, right? They're staring at you. If you were to take some hallucinogenic property supplements, you would probably not want to stare at this very long. See, look at that. Don't stare at that too long. It'll start to freak you out. Now, you have a really wonderful view looking up through the plant. Not that you'll actually be down here, but in case you were, this is what it would look like. Really beautiful. And what else can I say about this plant? This is a really old specimen. We have these in usually 15-gallon containers and sometimes 24-inch box. And you know, look. Other cool thing about them, they get too big. You can just cut them down, and then you end up with the babies coming up all over again. If you see right here, this one was cut down. You've got two babies coming up all over again. So it's a real versatile plant. It'll become tree-like eventually, and you can have a single stalk, you can have several stalks, or you can allow it to climb the trees with the ropes. These ropes are designed to climb trees, go all the way up the tree. I've got one in my house that's about 10 foot up a king palm. It's been there for 20 years, so figure 6 inches a year of growth. And eventually, what's interesting is over time, the plant will lose all of its connection to the ground, and it'll only be living up in the tree off moisture it gets from the atmosphere and from rainfall. And they can live in trees all the way up for, you know, as high as the tree will go. And the interesting thing also is that you can't really age these plants because the plant grows up, it's continuously growing. So these plants might be thousands of years old. Their bottoms rot out and they keep growing up the tree. and then they'll fall out of the tree, they'll root, they'll climb up another tree, so it's a continuous process. So it's really hard to age the plant. This might be older than a bristlecone pine. But anyway, Philodendron Evansii, available at Golden Gate Palms Nursery in Point Richmond.